Radical.
And if you threw a party and invited everyone you know, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend."
Hey, it's Joe Grotesque here, back with another Retro Cynical. Today we're going to be talking about a game that just didn't quite make it out there, and that's the California Raisins, the Grape Escape. It was published by Capcom, but was cancelled before its release. Now I know quite a few of you that grew up in the 80s are more than familiar with the California Raisins, be it because of their awesome claymation holiday specials, or just the little toys you'd find everywhere. Anyway, here's Slow Joe to tell us more.
Well, you're just adorable. Now you gotta be putting on that sunscreen if you're gonna be out surfing in the hot heat now. Something with a high SPF. And what's it like in California?
Okay. So anyway, this isn't so much a review as it is just me making you guys aware of the game. I haven't been able to beat it yet. So let's just take a look at the California Raisins, the Grape Escape.
The California Raisins, the Grape Escape. Man, look at that sucker moonwalk. So, where to begin? I'd like to start off by mentioning that, first and foremost, visually, this isn't the worst game I've seen. The graphics aren't amazing, but they're, well, good enough to get the job done. The same can be said for the music and sound effects. The gameplay, however, is a different creature altogether. The mechanics and controls are simple and responsive enough, but my biggest gripes are the hit detection and the climbing actions, which I'll get into later. In a nutshell, you're basically venturing through 4 levels of gameplay. You can select the level you start with, much like in a Mega Man game. Actually, that's not the only Mega Man comparison you can make with this game. After all, it is a Capcom release. So the difficulty in this game wouldn't be so high if it wasn't for the 2 things I mentioned before. I'll start off with the hit detection. Now, the hit detection on this thing is infuriating. There's no complaints as far as the detection of when you hit an enemy with your attack. It's just that it's just short of impossible not to be hit by an enemy some of the time. Now for the climbing mechanics. They seem simple enough and kinda harken back to Donkey Kong Jr. But if you're not dead on accurate with your jumps, you're toast. I guess in this case it would be raisin toast. There's one level that forces you to rely on this action completely, and I've died a bajillion times just trying to get through the first tiny bit of it. Bollocks! What are the boss battles like? Are there boss battles? I really have no clue. I would imagine so, but I just don't have the time, patience, and sanity to find out. So, the California Raisins, the Grape Escape. I'd say you're not missing anything by passing it up, but it's an interesting piece of video game history. But I'd say stick to playing a Capcom game that actually received mass release and is good, like DuckTales or the before-mentioned Mega Man. It is what it is.
Hey-o! Well, that's another one out of the way. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching. I love each and every one of you. So, until next time, be good to each other and take care.